Dear viewers, welcome to my channel, and thank you very much to all you watching my videos in my channel. And today's our topics is timing, clock time. I know many of students in year 2 are struggle for clock analog time. And I hope this video will help them to learn clock time. So please keep watching this video until finish, and I hope it will be very helpful for especially for year 2 student. Now look at the screen. We can see a big clock, and most of the clock look similar. In this clock we can see 3 hands. One is second hand and is always moving, and the another hand is the shortest one is hour hand. This one is hour hand, this one is second hand, and this one is minute hand. So we are not worried about the second hand. We don't need to worry because it's always moving. So if you want to learn clock time, you have to focus on these two hands. Is minute hand. This one is minute hand, and this one is hour hand. So we need to focus on these two hands. Where are they? And then you can tell the exact time, what time it is. So now let's go to the next picture. We can see in the next picture, there's another lovely clock. In this clock, this is the short hand, the red one, and it shows us the time hours. The short hand, the hour hand is always a bit shorter than minute hand. Look at the minute hand is a bit longer, the green one. This is the long hand, and it shows us the minutes and the clock. And if use today's our topics is to learning o'clock. I mean exact it's 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock or 5 o'clock. So before we learn o'clock, we need to know exactly where the minute hand should be and where the hour hand should be. So in this picture we can see the minute hand is pointing on 12. So when the minute hand is pointing to 12, it is showing a full hour. That means it start from 12 is doing the full round and is come back to 12. That means it's showing the full hour. And when it's minute hand is on 12 o'clock, it's pointing on 12. That means we call this time is o'clock. And in the same time, the hour hand should be on any number. In this clock, we can see is pointing on 10. So in this clock, the minute hand is pointing at 12, and the hour hand is pointing at 10. So that's why it is 10 o'clock. So I'm going to recap this on. So minute hand should be, if his minute hand is pointing on 12 and hour hand is pointing 10, that means is 10 o'clock. It's the same thing if it's happened the other time. Like if his minute hand is pointing on 12, and for example the hour hand is, let me get my pen, hour hand is pointing on 2, like this, that means is 2 o'clock. The same way, if his minute hand is pointing on 12 and hour hand is for example 8 o'clock, on number on 8, that means is 8 o'clock. So this is the way we can say o'clock. Let's go to the next video, then we can practice some other time. It will be easy for us. Write the time for each clock. We can see there are 3 clocks picture. In the first one, we can see the minute hand is pointing on 12 at 12, and the shortest hand, the hour hand, this one is obviously hour hand, is pointing 1. So the time is 1 o'clock. It's very easy to remember. So time is 1 o'clock. The next picture, the same is the minute hand pointing 12 and hour hand pointing 3. That means it's 3 o'clock. Please remember we are learning o'clock. So when you see this kind of clock picture, then you can tell us straight away is o'clock. The third picture you can see minute hand on 12 and hour hand pointing 9. So it is 9 o'clock. So is the way to write o'clock. Similar thing, I hope, in the next page. Let's see what there. Here, minute hand on 12 and hour hand pointing 11. So it is 11 o'clock. Right, 11 o'clock. And this one, minute hand pointing 12 and hour hand pointing 6. That means it is 6 o'clock. The same way, minute hand pointing 12, hour hand on 7, so it is 7 o'clock. Let's go to the next one. This one, we can see minute hand and hour hand both pointing 12. So it's the same thing, minute hand pointing 12 and hour hand pointing 12, so it's 12 o'clock. My pen. So 12 o'clock. Similar thing is minute hand pointing 12, hour hand pointing 5, so it is 5 o'clock. Minute hand pointing 12, hour hand on 8 is 8 o'clock. Now, this time in this clock, there are no hands. So our job is to draw the hands, what time they write on the bottom of the clock. So draw the hands on this clock phases to show the times on the below. So they give only the clock phase without hands, and they also give some. They also give the time, and our job is to draw a hand, like minute hand and hour hand. And I will literally show you how we can tell o'clock. So let's start from the first one. Let me get my pen. In the first clock, they give the time 5 o'clock. So we need to draw 5 o'clock time on clock face. So it is very easy. The minute hand is a little bit longer than hour hand. So a minute hand should be on 12. This. And obviously, when you do on the paper, you use your ruler. Then the hand should be straight. And the hour hand should point on 5 here, like this. And the hour hand should be a bit smaller than minute hand. So this is the way to draw the hands on clock face for this time. So please pause the video, and for next one is 9 o'clock, and pause the video and try to do yourself, and then you can check your answer with me. So this one is 9 o'clock. The same thing. Hour hand, minute hand should pointing 12. Straight on 12. And our hand should point on 9. and hour hand is smaller than minute hand. Next one is same is 10 o'clock. Minute hand pointing to 12 and hour hand pointing to 10. Hope your answer also matching with my picture. The same way you can pause the video and you can try yourself first, then you can check your answer with me. So 6 o'clock, minute hand on 12 and hour hand on 6. So at 2 o'clock, minute hand pointing 12, hour hand pointing to 2. $12 we already saw this picture in my previous screenshot, and it is pointing, this is the same line, both should pointing 12. So you can draw the same line and you can give the 2 arrow, so like this. So this is 12 o'clock. Next, please. The last one, I gave some clock phase with the hour hand and minute hand, and I wrote some o'clock time on the right hand side. So your job is to matching the line. So match each clock to the time it shows. You need to just draw the line. So first pause the video and you can try it yourself, and then you can check your answer with me. So in this clock phase, we can see it is 8 o'clock because minute hand pointing to 12 and hour hand pointing 8 o'clock. 8. So it is 8 o'clock. So draw the line here. This one is 6 o'clock. Sorry, 6 o'clock. This one is 6 o'clock. And this one is 1 o'clock. Draw the line to 1 o'clock. And this is 9 o'clock. So it's very easy. So I hope you know how to write o'clock, or if you see the clock phase without hour hand and minute hand, then if they ask you to draw the picture for particular time like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, whatever, then you need to draw like this. So thank you very much, and I will come back to you with the next video about different timing, different clock time. So, and hope you will enjoy. And thank you very much. See you soon.